The Two Rivers Marathon Race Festival is one of our favorite events to cover in the area. This year's race was no exception. Saturday was cold and rainy, keeping runners cool on the course. Sunday, however, was sunny with temps in the high 50s. So we made our way down to the Lackawaxen field where the race was in full swing. The stories of why people run and the accomplishment of beating a personal best inspires us every year.
He just qualified for the Boston Marathon!
First time.
So you're super happy.
Well, it's actually my first race in a year after an accident that I had.
Okay.
So I fractured both femurs.
How?
And so a truck hit me from the back. I was parked at a red light, and the truck just crashed into the back of my arm.
He's back after a year from an injury, being hit by a car, rear-ended.
Truck.
Rear-ended, and now you're running. Y'all, get off the couch. Y'all can do this. Claudio ran today and is super happy because he did what?
Boston.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
did it.
qualified for Boston. This is your first marathon ever.
My first marathon, yeah.
And you won it.
I guess, yeah.
Whoa! This is pretty cool.
Finished third in my age group for the first time ever.
Yes! Yes, and yourself, dear?
I'm Lisa. I came in second yesterday and first today in my age group.
Yeah! We got some winners in the house. What's your life like training for this?
We run together in the morning at 4:30.
4:30 in the morning, 4 or 5
Every
days
morning.
a week before we go to work. And we're living life. This
We
is
are.
what we gotta do.
That's their life, not mine.
We've met people running to help their countries, to overcome cancer, strokes, or other illnesses. Some running to be healthier or accomplish a goal that they've set for themselves.
Are you proud of your mom?
Yes.
Yes! I saw you ran with your mom when she came through the finish line. How does that make you feel?
Happy.
Yes! Running makes you happy.
It does. So I just started running a year ago, and then in this past January, I did all my training on the tread for 10 weeks for the half marathon, and here I am.
My first 10K ever. I'm 51, and I just started running a couple years ago.
Wow!
I feel great. I feel good. Beautiful day. The river was beautiful. The event's awesome. Can't wait to do it next year.
I did the combo. I did the 5K and the 10K, and it was great. I came in first overall in the 5K, and the 10K I did well. But it was a beautiful course to do a training run. The river, the wind. It was quiet. It was perfect.
We know that athletes from all over the world travel to the Upper Delaware for the love of the race. But what impressed us the most this year was how many local people decided to get up off the couch and run a 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon, or even the double marathon race.
There's so many cool things about today. One, I found out that a lot of people in our neighborhood love to run. This is pretty cool. So how long have you been doing this?
A year and a week.
A year and a week. And you just decided out of the blue, I'm going to run a marathon or a half marathon?
Some friends who got me running, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
How'd you do today? It looks like we're a second place winner.
I got something, and my age group.
Yes, age group, second place, all right. And what'd you run, 10 or 5? 5K today. And how?
We had a whole group of us come down from Mastope. It was nice.
It was a lot of fun. I beat my time also from the treadmill.
Wow, so you did a treadmill run, treadmill time, and you beat that time.
And I beat that time today for my first time doing 5K.
So the locals coming out in full force, down from the mountain, hanging out, and running a great race.
And this year, we also learned about runcations. Yes, this is actually a lifestyle where runners use their vacation time to run marathons all over the world, in places like Rome, Boston, Paris, New York City, San Francisco, Tokyo, Berlin, and London.
And we usually do a runcation. I call it a runcation. We find out what marathon is running at what place, and that's where we're going for our vacation.
That's actually a pretty cool idea.
Then you can eat all you want and run it off.
You just blew my mind. No, I love it. Let's start, everyone. Let's go on runcations.
Runcations.
All right, this is pretty cool.
But I am so proud to be 58 and running. Yes.
58.
58 and running.
Don't stop, y'all.
No.
Keep moving.
Listen, I started at 50, so it's never too late. To anyone who said they can't do it,
Never say never. You start walking first.
So from 13 to now, you have run 162 marathons.
Yes.
And you're still ready for more.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to quit yet. There's more places to see.
I think we need a runcation, y'all.
Yes, you do.
Yeah!
There are over 800 marathons held throughout the world, and the Two Rivers Marathon has put Lackawaxen on the marathon and runcation map. The unique feature remembered by most of the runners is the beauty of running along the pristine rivers as eagles fly overhead.
Tell me about this course.
It was along the Lackawaxen River, and it's just so beautiful. And it's just like, how do you not love walking along the river?
And now you're
Just
running.
Oh, well, I'm not running. So I jog a little, but no, it's just so beautiful and like such a great course, and like to get the community out. And why would you not want to walk along the river? Like, it's just so beautiful.
Running a marathon requires having the right gear, including shoes and comfortable running clothes to match the weather conditions.
You just won what?
A 10K.
Wow, and first place 10K. So that's how many miles?
6.2.
Ooh. And how long you been training for it?
2 months.
2 months? Only 2 months?
Yeah.
You were like, oh, I'm just gonna run.
I went from the couch to running a 10K in 2 months.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So talk to me about your gear. Like, what's up with the shoes?
My gear, I bought these shoes about a week ago, and I had sneakers that were not good for running. They were too loose, so I got these, and it helped immensely.
Strong support structures also help performance, and we were surprised to find entire families that run together. Not only does it keep them physically fit, but it also creates strong family bonds that last a lifetime.
Just, I've been trying to break 3 hours for a while now, and so just to finally do it and just get right there and qualify for Boston, it's a great feeling. So 3 months of training, it just all comes to fruition, and I thought I pulled my hamstring a week ago, and I thought I was going to run it, and then I break 3 hours.
So, you already qualified for Boston.
I did, in
New
York.
Wow! Wait, in the New York Marathon? Oh, this is cool!
Yeah.
So running is truly a family affair. That's pretty cool.
He's done 2 5Ks already, and she's
Really?
done a mile race.
Wow! You guys are starting out right.
New to the Two Rivers Marathon this year is a partnership with Run Love Run.
Run Love Run was created for the love of running. My wife and I, Brianna, who's running the half marathon today, right now, started the company to help people fall in love with running. So our story started when I lost 200 pounds and ran my first marathon.
So we had the idea to start a virtual run community focused on coaching and finding your love of running. With running, there's something in it for everyone. No matter what your goal is, you just go out and you have fun doing it.
Something else new this year was the Dunkin' Donuts truck, providing complimentary coffee and donuts. I guess Lackawaxen really does run on Dunkin'. Participants receive medals for finishing their race, plaques, t-shirts, jackets, gift baskets, and even the coveted double t-shirt for running marathons on both Saturday and Sunday. The race festival would not be possible without the experienced organization of race directors Mark Hughes and J.C. Santa Teresa. The support of the Lackawaxen Volunteer Fire Department to control traffic and provide safety. The Lackawaxen Ambulance Service providing first aid. Our takeaway this year from the race festival is to put down your device, get up off the couch, and go outdoors. Exchange some screen time for run time. And if that's not a good enough reason to put a little active in your lifestyle, then run for life, love, and happiness. And there's no better place to do it than right here in the Pocono Mountains.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Collins, President of Davis R. Chant Realtors.
And I'm Abby Pittenger-Claus, Vice President of Davis R. Chant Realtors.
Chant has been serving the Lake Wallenpaupack region for over 58 years, and we are proud to say we sell more homes by volume than any other real estate company in Northeast Pennsylvania. We are coming off our strongest year in the Lake Region real estate market, selling over $430 million in sales volume.
We work with sellers to put together a thoughtful but aggressive marketing plan tailored to each home individually. Each of our property listings gets a virtual tour and is professionally photographed, giving the prospective buyer the best first impression. The Lake Wallenpaupack area is an attractive place to live because of its low taxes, great school districts, and beautiful scenery. Our team of agents here at Davis Archant Realtors has extensive knowledge in the local real estate market. We have experience with everyone from first-time home buyers to experienced investors. Chant uses a variety of print media, billboards, open houses, and national real estate websites to promote properties and reach potential buyers.
Here at Chant, we know that working together and providing channels of communication and feedback is important for the best outcome when selling your home. If you are ready to relocate, upgrade, downsize, or know anyone who's considering the Lake Region area, please stop by one of our Chant offices or call us at 570-226-4518 or visit us online at chantre.com.
If you were to have a conversation with your body, what would that conversation sound like?
I'm not functioning at full capacity. I need a vitamin boost. I'm not getting the right nutrients.
Yeah, probably something like that. Revive and Refresh Health offers IV vitamin therapy, a non-pharmaceutical path to nourishing your body, mind, and mental well-being. They offer customized IVs to ensure you receive the nutrients your body needs. Call or visit for a consultation today.
In 1763, Daniel Skinner, a former sailor, settled along the upper Delaware River in the Coshocton and Callicoon area, becoming a prosperous landowner. By the time he arrived, most of the easily accessible lumber had been harvested and the local demand for timber had waned. Skinner knew that if he could get trees from remote areas to distant urban markets, there was money to be made. The virgin forest along the Delaware offered large solid pine, oak, and hemlock trees, perfect for the mast of ships. At the time, there were no trains, and the only available transportation was the mighty Delaware. He tried floating individual logs down the river, which became lodged in inaccessible places and proved to be a failure. Several months later, in 1764, he came up with the idea of tying timbers together to form a raft and float down the river. He built his first raft out of 6 80-foot white pine poles that would be perfect for ships' masts, and with 2 mates, floated them down to the shipyards in Philadelphia, 200 miles downriver. The shipbuilders gave a rousing welcome when Skinner arrived in Philadelphia 1 week later with 1 mate. The other mate apparently jumped off the raft, so terrified by the velocity of the waters passing through the Narrows, and tried to swim to shore, but was caught in and drowned in the Narrowsburg Eddy whirlpool, rumored to be so strong during the spring freshet that boats could be stuck in it for days. It was this first trip on a timber raft down the Delaware River that earned Skinner the title Lord High Admiral of the Delaware River. By general consent, he was constituted admiral of all the waters of the river in which a raft could be taken to market, and anyone wishing to take a timber raft downriver needed his permission. To get Admiral Skinner's permission, you had to present the admiral with a bottle of wine or whiskey, which allowed you to go to Philadelphia as an entry-level foreman. To become a steerman, you had to present the admiral with another bottle to gain his full permission to navigate all channels of the river. Every raft passing Skinner's property, called Tammany Flats, had to stop and deliver a bottle of whiskey to the Lord High Admiral. Harassment by Native Americans was common. One night, Daniel Skinner's wife had gone to bed after a few drinks. There was an Indian uprising in the area, and she would not wake up, so he had to bring her to Fort Delaware in Narrowsburg, bed and all. During the uprising, they left Coshocton for Shawangunk, New York, returning in 1777. His house had been plundered and burned, so Daniel rebuilt in Coshocton and continued his timber trade. Each timber raft at the time ranged in size from 16 feet to 70 feet wide and were 100 to 200 feet in length, containing 30,000 to 100,000 board feet of logs. Long heavy oars were attached to the front and back to steer the rafts. Some rafts also carried selected oak timber for shipbuilders, stone slabs for Philadelphia sidewalks, and charcoal, as well as whiskey or butter produced by Delaware and Sullivan County farms. It wasn't long before water-driven sawmills were built so the logs could be cut and repackaged in cribs containing about 10,000 board feet of lumber and floated down the river. 10 of these cribs would be coupled together in a colt for the trip downriver to the main branch of the Delaware River. Cutting lumber, skidding the logs, and building rafts on the shore of the river was winter work, taking advantage of the hard frozen surface to make moving the logs easier. Once the trees were cut, transported, and rafts assembled, they would be floated down the Delaware during the spring freshet, when the water was high enough to float the timber rafts and fast enough to get to Philadelphia in 3 days. At night, the rafts were often tied to the bank of the river or in a still pool of water in the river called an eddy. During the height of the industry, inns and bars close to these eddies served thousands of timbermen and reached a peak in 1875 when 3,000 raftsmen floated down the Delaware. During the economic crisis of 1837, lumber prices plummeted precipitously, which was exacerbated by local crop failures. Many in the area became desperate. They were saved by the plentiful beech trees of Wayne County, Pennsylvania, and Sullivan County, New York, which had an abundant crop of beech nuts that year. This attracted flocks of wild pigeons, reportedly millions of birds. The birds were easily shot, netted, or clubbed by local residents who harvested them by the thousands. The birds would then be transported downriver on the timber rafts that stopped by villages to sell pigeons on the way downriver. By winter, more money had been made from selling pigeons than all the lumber transported downriver. Harvesting these pigeons prevented food riots in the area, which occurred throughout other parts of the country. Timber rafting was dangerous work. Men often fell overboard, drowning in the spring floodwaters. Many obstacles were encountered on the river, including hostile Indians, waterfalls, rifts, whirlpools, ice jams, or log jams caused by rafts that had been broken up by the river. Many men were killed, either crushed between logs in a jam or drowned by trying to break up a log jam. Dynamite was also used to break up jams, with many reports of injury or even deaths caused by blasting. At Lackawaxen, a slackwater dam had been built in order to get coal boats from one canal to another, and timber rafts would often collide with coal barges, and gunfights would break out between timber and coalmen on the river. One timber raft even collided with an elephant. The elephant incident happened in 1869, when a circus was headed to Milford, Pennsylvania from Port Jervis, New York. Concerned that the bridge crossing at the Delaware River at the time would not support the weight of the elephants, they led them down the banks of the Delaware River and into the water to cross the river. It was during this crossing when a timber raft speeding down the river in the flood currents encountered the elephant. The elephant, named Tippo Shahib, had recently killed its trainer and was rumored to be of ill temper. Using oars, the raftmen were finally able to force the elephant off the raft. The raft was badly damaged by the animal, but neither man nor beast was injured in the incident, and the menagerie continued on to Milford and later to Honesdale. Many of the rafts never went as far as Philadelphia. Many were sold in Easton, which quickly became the largest log market on the river. Raftsmen would sell their rafts, and it was cheaper to walk back to the upper Delaware along well-marked trails instead of taking stagecoach or canal boat. The Delaware River was often called Timber River, and many of the logs sent downriver to Philadelphia shipyards were used to build ships like the USS Constitution for the fledgling U.S. Navy. The era of timber rafting lasted 150 years, until every tree within the reach of the Delaware had been cut down and the land left bare. The last raft to travel down the Delaware River was in 1924 leaving Hancock and only traveling as far as Callicoon. Admiral Skinner died in 1813, followed by the deaths of his 2 sons within the next 2 years. He was buried on his farm in Tammany Flats. Legend has it that if you sit quietly on the banks of the Delaware River on a cool spring weekend at dusk, you can hear the shouts of raftsmen as they call out navigation commands. Jersey for left and Pennsylvania for right as they float down river, often accompanied by cries for help and man overboard. And if you're in the Coshocton or Callicoon areas along the river and happen to stumble across a bottle of whiskey, you'd best leave it be, because the ghost of Lord High Admiral Daniel Skinner will soon be by to collect it. The Sterling Business and Technology Park is currently divided into 23 lots ranging in size from 3 to 30 acres. Each lot in the park is KOZ certified for companies that qualify. The Sterling Business and Technology Park is perfectly located just off Exit 17 on Interstate 84 in northeastern Pennsylvania, just under 2 hours from New York City. If you would like to explore locating your business at Sterling Business and Technology Park, visit sterlingbusinesspark.com.
For the largest selection of first-quality remnant carpeting for every room in your home, choose Mike's Walk-In Carpet, the only remnant stocking dealer in Wayne County with high-quality carpet purchased directly from the manufacturer. With over 40 years' experience, you'll get professional service every time. Don't settle for lesser quality carpeting from the big box stores. Choose the best, remnants or special order, from Mike's Walk-In Carpet on Route 590, Hawley.
The Wayne County Canoe Classic, a great way to cure those winter woes, rid yourself of cabin fever, and get outdoors with friends and family. The start of the race begins at a great source of community, the Wayne County Fairgrounds.
I think this event means lots of community. It means a lot to me. It's one of the first events I've done as a JC or even as a child in the area.
Well over 100 participants signed up to give their spring a much-needed kickstart. And with the sun shining on all of us, the northern Pocono Mountains provides the perfect backdrop for another epic event.
We're hanging out with Kayak Santa and
John Finnan.
So how many years have you guys done this? Like how many? Yeah.
A lot.
A lot?
I've done it. The first year was in the mid-'80s, and I probably only missed 2 or 3 from then till now.
What?
But this is only one of maybe 20 races a year I do.
Okay.
Same with Brian. Yeah.
And it's Christmas because I'm hanging out with Kayak Santa. Yes!
This event is hosted by the Honesdale area JCs and wouldn't be possible without many efforts from the members and its volunteers.
We do a lot of community events like the Halloween parade and the Easter egg hunt. We really try to stay in the community and bring events to bring everyone together.
We've had a lot of pre-registrants this year because usually we have the race on a Sunday. We switched to a Saturday. We have 107 people pre-registered, and we've had quite a few register today already. So
just walk in. I love it. Yes,
it's a beautiful day, so hopefully we continue to have a great turnout. We've had a lot of fun planning, and we have some great prizes for the end. So yeah.
Oh, prizes!
Yes.
You know we all love a good prize.
It's a ton of fun. Definitely suggest coming out next year if you haven't come out before. Lots of fun, lots of good people, and just good atmosphere. It just brings people together. It's for a good cause, and just get you out in nature.
Last time I did it, rained the whole time, and I flipped my kayak.
So we're looking for a better outcome today.
Yes. Well, I love kayaking, so just being out on the water. It's not really about the race, just having fun.
Just having fun.
This is my second time. I'm hoping to get under an hour and 50 minutes because that's what I was last year.
I did it the first year they did this race, which had to be longer than that, probably
Someone
30
said the
years.
80s.
Yeah,
Wow.
It really was.
Cool.
Yeah. That was horrible, but ever since then it's been great. And you're going to find people that are following you along the river. It's great to see everybody. It's so relaxing, and it's something that the town really needs to take advantage of more often. You get such a great perspective of town from the river because it's so different. You get to see all the stonework they did for the canals. It's really cool.
And we're going to basically start work on Industrial Point. Ultimately, it's going to be 28 miles, but right now we're just going from Honesdale to Hawley, and then the next phase will be to Lackawaxen.
The beauty that the northern Poconos holds is in the woods, y'all.
Yeah, he's right.
So you got to get out. You got to get out and have some fun and walk. Get on the river, get on the trails, and enjoy yourself.
It's our first year. I've been watching this for 5, and I finally said, this is it. I'm doing it.
We're going together.
I've been kayaking for years. Dawn's just starting out last year, I guess. So,
last year.
We're going in a tandem.
We got this gorgeous day, and it's not snowing. And I was excited to learn about this event. I didn't know it existed until a couple of weeks ago.
First time, we're having fun. I mean, we want to win. But
I'm ready to freeze. I'm ready for the pain.
There's no pain involved. Well, your arms will be sore tomorrow.
I'm going to be all sore tomorrow.
It's all good. Cool. So, where you from?
Tyler Hill?
Tyler? Yeah, and where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil. Literally from Brazil.
Literally.
We have an international in the race today. I love it. So if you want a great way to splash into spring, join us for next year's Wayne County Canoe Classic. Tune in to Wally Life every Monday at 9 p.m. on Blue Ridge Communications Channel 13 for the latest in life around Lake Wallenpaupack.